Have you ever wondered what it's like to sit around a table with a group of 10-year-olds having them shout obscenities at you before shooting you in the face? Welcome to Devil's Roulette. Devil's Roulette is a ridiculous game from start to finish. It's a game that is essentially a VR version of Russian Roulette, with some added rule sets to it. It's not simply a case of pick up a gun and shoot, and then the other guy picks up and shoots at you, and so on and so forth. There are different distractions and items that can benefit you, and so on. That adds a little bit of complexity to the proceedings. But it is still, basically, you and 1 to 3, including yourself, for maximum 4 people, sitting around a table, shooting at each other, trying not to die. Now in the single play, go for a campaign of increasingly difficult levels, where the enemy seems to get smarter about the knowledge of which bullet is going to be a bullet in the gun. Each time when the round starts, the game tells you how many bullets are in the chamber, how many of them are blank, and how many of them are live bullets. When you fire a live bullet at the enemy, they lose a life. Each round you have a set amount of lives, and the idea is, obviously, not to lose them all. If you fire a blank at the enemy, it's their turn. If you hit them with a live bullet, it's their turn. However, you could also shoot at yourself. If you shoot a blank at yourself, you get another go. So the idea is you're whittling down the numbers of blanks that are in the gun, with the idea being to use the live ones on your opponent. Now you have a variety of different items that do actually make this a little bit more interesting. For example, there's a scanner device that can tell you when the next bullet, whether it's live or a blank, and it can only be used a specific amount of times before it disappears. You can also get an injection tool that allows you to heal yourself a certain number of lives, and you can also get a grabber tool that allows you to take an item from the enemy. There's a small selection here, and it does make things a bit more interesting, but still, ultimately, this is picking up a gun, firing a bullet. It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, only much more ridiculous. In addition to the single player, there is a multiplayer, which is, again, up to 4 players. And I did actually have quite a bit of experience in this mode. It is the same game, except obviously with real people. And I mean, it's okay. It's an idle distraction for a couple of minutes. But I don't really think this is the kind of game that young children should be playing. And yet, while I was playing the multiplayer mode, that's literally all I came across. I didn't find anybody who was a bit more mature, who had experienced VR. All I found were kids that this was one of their very few VR experiences they played.
So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you don't subscribe, I will grab a Glock 19, shoot you in the head, bury you underground, and nobody will find out. Let's get back into the video.
So obviously Devil's Roulette is the kind of game that appeals to that demographic, that appeals to children. But it's definitely not going to give them the best taste of VR. Now, Devil's Roulette has been published by My Dearest, and My Dearest have some fantastic titles in their library. Dyschronia and Brazen Blaze and big budget AAA VR experiences. But they also have a title that I reviewed recently, up here, Mad Surgeon Goblin Hospital. Devil's Roulette is most definitely closer to that than some of their bigger games. It's a game where there's, nothing to it. This is all there is. You're sat in this room shooting at some guy, and you've got these power-ups that can change things a little bit. But once you've played it for 5 minutes, you've seen everything there is. There's obviously an audience for this kind of game in VR right now. Otherwise, My Dearest, a reputable publisher, wouldn't be taking on more and more of them as they seem to be doing. But honestly, if you're gonna enjoy a game like Devil's Roulette, I don't understand why you're playing VR. The premium that VR offers is to have immersive experience that break the boundaries of what we know is possible with gaming. And this game, while it is immersive in VR, it's not doing anything that you couldn't do on a mobile phone. And certainly, with the horror aesthetic and the idea that you are literally just shooting your friends in the face playing Russian Roulette, I definitely think that the age rating that is at this game is far too low. If you want to idly waste your time for 5 minutes and experience what it's like to be shouted at by a 10-year-old before being shot in the face by them, this is the game for you. if you want to actually enjoy your time in VR, there's thousands of the games I will recommend way before this.